My name is Dinam. I'm a software developer. Today, I'll be integrating Posthog in one of my clients' projects. So I'm going to take you through how to do that. It is a Next.js project, but Posthog actually supports a wide range of languages. So you can use the same approach to integrate it in those applications. All right, let's get started. So the first thing you see when you click get started is the sign up page. On this page, you can see we have us.posthog.com/sign up. This is a US version, meaning your data is being stored in the US. But we have another option, which is the EU option. And if you know anything about GDPR laws, you know they are in place to protect how user data is collected and managed. And it takes effect in Europe, but it doesn't really work in the US. The US have their own data protection laws, which is a bit more flexible. The GDPR one is very strict in how you handle user data, which is actually good for your users. So to be on the good side, just select EU. Right. So I'm going to go with Google. Good. So the name is Dinam Organization, Dinam Inc. I'm an engineer, and YouTube, of course. Perfect. So we have 8 major products that Posthog offers. I'm going to give a quick explanation for all of them to let you know what they are. Traditionally, you would need separate services to be able to get all these products, but right now, Posthog offers majority of the products you need in your applications. The first product is product analytics, and this one helps you to understand what your users are doing in your app, what features they use, what pages they often visit, and where they normally drop off. Another one is web analytics. This one helps you to track your website traffic. That is to see how many people visit, where they come from, either they're coming from Google, Twitter, anywhere at all. You can use web analytics to track that. And now the data warehouse lets you pull in data from external databases like BigQuery, Snowflake, any other external database at all. You can pull data from there into PostHub. So we have session replays. Session replays show you exactly what the user is doing, the buttons they are clicking, how they are scrolling, where they are scrolling to. It's almost as if you are sitting by the user and seeing exactly what they are doing in the app. Of course, you can mask things like password and sensitive data that you don't want to keep track of. The next one is feature flags. This one lets you turn features on and off for different users without deploying new code. This is basically just a glorified if statement. So if you're familiar with React, we have components in React. And if you have the two versions of your features in the separate components, you can just use the state from Posthog to render each of them. Posthog will decide which user to show what to based on demographics and some other factors. Then we have experiments. Experiments are more like A/B tests to compare different versions of features or pages and see which one performs better based on actual user behavior. Then we have surveys. So surveys pops up small feedback forms directly inside your application or website. You can use this to ask users questions like how was your experience using this particular feature or using the whole app. Then last one we have error tracking. So this automatically logs and reports errors users encounter in the application. Anything from an exception or a failed API response, you can put that under error tracking. So those are the major features Postdoc offers. For my application, I'm going to select just 4 and we're good to go. Depending on your application, you can select the installation guide that you want. I want the one for Next.js because that's what I'm using. They have an AI setup wizard. I don't recommend it. I used it once, it didn't work as expected. I had to do it manually. So just go with the manual method. I'm going to skip this guide because there are certain things you need in your application that are not here. So let's go to our application. I have my terminal ready now. I'm going to install the necessary packages that I need. Npm add posthog.js and post. of Node. The Posthog.js is what works in the browser. That's the client side, and Posthog Node works on the server. Good, we are done. The next thing we need to do is enter our environment variables. You can just head straight to the installation guide, and it's somewhere here. You copy and paste it in your environment. Don't worry, I'm going to delete all of this after. Good. So what we need to do now is create a providers file right under our app directory. So I'm going to do providers.csx and paste this code inside. The link to all this will be in the comment section. We are first initializing posthog with our posthog key and also our host, and we have certain things turned on over here. This will help you identify the users whenever they visit your website, and whenever they leave too. We want to capture that. We want to capture exceptions when they happen. Exceptions are just errors you get in your applications. Some are expected, some are unexpected. Then we have session recording. For the session recording, we want to record the user input as well, but we don't want to get a password. That's what this is for. And this over here is for cookie banner. I'll talk more about cookie banner very soon. What we need to do now is go to our layout.tsx file and wrap our whole component with this. Let me save. We can leave layout. I'm going to wrap my whole application with a postdoc provider. We are basically done with the integration for the client side. Now we are going to do it for the server side also, because I'm using Next.js and Next.js has server actions, which are functions that we run on the server. That is where postdoc node comes in. For that, I'll be going to my libs folder and I'll be creating a posthog. And I'll be creating a posthog.ts file over here. Now paste this snippet inside. That's all we need. We are done with the setup. Now what we need to do is, let me go to one of my actions. Let's go to the shop one. We can come here and track the various states. So if something goes right, you can call postdoc server.capture and then give it a name. If something goes wrong, you can do postdoc server. I like using exceptions on the server, so postdoc server.exceptions. That'll work fine. But this is going to be very long. And if you want to be a 10x developer right now, everybody knows you should be using AI. So we are going to use AI to speed up this particular process, because when you think about it, this is just boilerplate. So I have this posthog captures.mdc file in my cursor. It's quite comprehensive. It gives cursor everything that we need to do to get all the events we want in our posthog applications. The link to all this will be in the comment section, so you can just go through yourself to understand what I'm telling cursor to do. It is structured in a way that humans can also understand. I have my cursor chat open now, so I'm going to give it this prompt. Follow the guides in the postdoc captures.mdc file and implement postdoc capture and implement postdoc captures and capture exceptions in the entire application. If you're familiar with cursor, you know that it will do this very well. So let me just click enter and let the AI do its work. Alright, cursor is done with the integration for us. It has modified 10 files. So all I'm going to do is review the files and make sure it is exactly what I want. Yes, you are getting capture, and it has created a post of events as a constant. Good. And we are getting an exception over here, an exception here as well. I think that's it. So this is all I'm going to do for the rest of the files. That's right. It has changed. It has changed the structure of this, but I think I agree with it. This should be in a try catch block. For this one, you can see the password is not being sent to Posthog. It's redacted before it is redacted before we send it to Posthog. The same thing with the session replays. When we go to our providers file, we are not getting the password. You can do this for any sensitive input or sensitive data you have. Now we are in the server actions. It is important Posthog server, which we have created earlier. And cookies just to get the email of the logged in user. That is fine. This has all been outlined in the document for it. It's just following instructions. Perfect. This is perfect. So for the server actions, I don't usually record the success statuses. I just want to get the errors and the exceptions. That's it. And when you come to the constant, it has listed all the events here as key value pairs. This is just to make it easy for us to identify. Now the next thing we'll be doing is adding the cookie banner. When you go to certain websites, at the bottom right, you see a certain banner over there asking you to accept or decline cookies. That is a cookie banner, and we're going to add that to our website as well. To add this cookie banner to our website, we need to add another file called banner.tsx. You should go to the app directory, so banner.tsx, and we can paste this snippet inside. The link to all these resources will be in the comment section. So this is something you don't really need to bother your head about. The only thing you should be changing here is the JSX, how it looks. That's if you don't like how it looks. Apart from that, just maintain everything. That's all. To finalize everything, we need to import this banner in our layout. There you go. I think we are done. Now let's push this to Vessel and visit the website to see the changes that we've made. Our app just finished deploying on Vessel, so we can go to the website, click certain buttons, and see if we can get some events over here. And there you go. The first thing you see here is the cookie banner. When the user declines, you will still be able to track each action, just that it won't be recorded in the section. So when the page refreshes, everything you've recorded is gone, and the new events are recorded in the name of another user. So we can't really link multiple events to one user. Right? If they click accept, they can give them IDs, store certain things in their cookies to track their whole usage of the application, how they move from one page to the other. You can link all those things together. And we've started recording some events from our website, so that's a good thing. So let's just continue. Make sure your enable session recording is toggled on. You can skip this whole section for now, and then you select this plan. I'm going to skip this one too. I don't want to invite any teammate, and that's all. I can just save this. There's a quick start here that you can use to guide yourself on what is left to be done. It's quite straightforward. So I've already skipped this step, but let me explain what the reverse proxy means. Certain browsers are not friendly to analytics tools like Posthog, example Brave. So what you can do is set up a proxy. So when an event is recorded, it is sent to your proxy, which is essentially another backend that will relay that information to Posthog. So the events will move from your browser to Posthog directly, to move from Posthog to your proxy, then to Posthog. And I think that's all that's important over here. You can go here to watch some session recordings. Yeah, nothing has been recorded yet because I did not toggle that on at first. And I think that's it. Of course, this is for basic Next.js e-commerce websites. You can use the same approach in bigger projects that are handling a lot of sensitive data. You want to know exactly what your users are doing, how they arrived at certain states. So you can explore all this section, read more about Posthog, watch a lot of videos on how to customize your own dashboard. One more thing about Posthog is it is very customizable. You can customize your own dashboard, how you want the charts to look like. You can do all that over here. Anyway, that's how to integrate Posthog in your applications. If you find this helpful and enjoyable for some reason, just like, subscribe, and leave a comment. All the resources relating to Posthog that I've used in this video will be in the comment section. See you in the next one.